my regular viewers, who don't actually exist. If you've watched any of my stuff before, you know that I edit my videos, but the other thing is I write scripts for things. Oh no! I do this because I'm not always so good with the talking, and a lot of the stuff that I like to talk about is kind of emotional for me, so it's easier if I write it out ahead of time and then I can just run through the script, because otherwise I get a little choked up. But I feel like the cornerstone of this project is trying to be honest about stuff. So I'm actually having a good day as of filming this, but the trick is I started writing the script for this a few days ago when I was not having a good time, and I feel like it's still good to share that because I know I'm going to come back around to that. Usually I'm only willing to make videos if I'm in more of a manic or a positive mood, but when I'm in a depressed mood I don't really make videos. So I think it's important to write even if I'm depressed and then try to share that with you when I come back around to being in a better mood. I've been meaning to make a follow-up to my Step 2.1 video, which was an update on my methodology for getting better and sort of keeping my head on straight on a daily basis. Obviously some stuff got in the way, but it's time to share some more information. I've been home for over a week now. I've actually really been successful in some respects. I've been making videos more, eating a lot better, exercising daily, a lot of the stuff that I talked about in my Step 2 video. I've had a few nights out with friends that have involved a bit of drinking, but overall I haven't been doing terribly at that either. In terms of my goals I've set for myself, I've actually been doing quite well since I got home. I'm not saying perfect, but a solid B+ at least. That said, I'm still reluctant to say I'm doing well. I can't put my finger on why. My regular viewers, who don't actually exist, will remember in my Lessons Learned video, I talked a lot about stillness and how I need to spend more time in that quiet mood. It's been a bit difficult and pretty uncomfortable, but I've actually been doing that pretty successfully. It was really hard for me at first because I couldn't sleep in my own bed. There were too many memories to not cry when I thought about sleeping in my bedroom alone. Well, if I wasn't too emotionally damaged, maybe I would have cried. After a week, I finally decided to clean and completely rearrange my room. Not to destroy the memories, but to make a new room for new memories and new thoughts and stuff. Moved everything around, cleaned, and made the space a lot warmer. I hung up Christmas lights, changed the stuff on the walls. I took a lot of my precious mementos out of storage and put them up on shelves, sort of to remind me what I'm about, which is kind of important. After that I could finally settle in a bit, but even with that modicum of progress I still felt amiss somehow. That's not to say I don't miss her, but I know that what I did was the best thing for her and for me. In a lot of ways I should be doing well. I feel a little bit better, like something in my head was turned down or softened, and now I have a little breathing room around the depression. Isn't to say I'm cured, just that I think my lifestyle changes are starting to stick as actual habit, and that's helping my mental health. But even with that, even with all these positive changes, there's still something wrong with me. It's baffling, it's infuriating, and I hate it. I've been doing well around the house, on my projects, on myself. I even started up at my old job, which I actually missed. So I'm not totally broke, and I get to see my old friends. But there's still this nagging void in my chest. Before you say it, it's not her. I really don't mind being alone a lot of the time. I talk to myself plenty, and I am both a deft conversationalist and attentive listener. That was a joke, I'm lonely as hell. It's not that I need a relationship, I just need someone to talk to. Sure, I have my coworkers, and I have my mom, and I have my dad, and a couple of friends. It's just that they're not in the same place that I am. My parents both somewhat understand where I'm at in life, and they can get it and relate to me, but they're at such different points in their life that they may as well be a million miles away. My coworkers, while lovely people, are not exactly cerebral or very deep thinking about stuff, and believe me, I've tried. That leaves my friends, 2 of whom don't live in town. And the last person in my brief phone contact list is in town, but he's busy and usually a lot more about partying than anything else. I'm profoundly alone. That eats at your soul a little. There's just this nagging, like something's missing. So, yet again, in my classic style, it's time to reassess and update my standard operating procedure to possibly deal with these new problems. Here we have it, the updated prong 1. This time it's more colorful. So, I have a lot of my original stuff here. Sleep, don't drink too much, drink plenty of water, don't drink soda, things like that. Exercise, do it every day. I've been working a lot better on that. Clean, this is an update to the original list. I mean not only like clean the house, but also clean myself, shower, shave, things like that. I feel like that's important and I need to bump that up on my priority list a little bit because it always makes me feel better. Food, I mentioned that. I've been trying to eat a lot better and have been mostly successful, which is good. And reading. I haven't had reading on the list before, but I'm starting to realize that it needs to be because it's a good way to get new ideas and new stuff going on in your brain, and that's really helpful. And now, below the dotted line, we come to the real meaty meat of the update. I need to start going outside every day because the problem is that I don't work like a whole lot. I work probably about 3 days a week, roundabouts. So that leaves me with a lot of time to just end up cooped up in the house, which, again, I hate people a lot of the time, so going outside is a bit of a trick for me. But I need the fresh air, and I need the not being cooped up with my own thoughts to sort of help me through this. I need to do things. I know I've said this a lot of times, but I feel like I need to put that in more practical terms. So my current goal is going to try to be to do 1 thing a week. I don't know what that entails. I'm going to try some of the meetup groups that you can go to, and I'm going to poke around some places around town that I think might have lists, like bookstores, coffee shops, things like that. A lot of times those will have information on fun events going on in town. I need to talk to more people. This is just like in daily life, like, you know, store clerks, strangers, whatever. I just need to talk to people, because you know how sometimes you're out and you talk to someone, you have a good chat with a complete stranger, and it just brightens your day a little bit. I like that, and I need more of that in my life. Okay, this was supposed to say seek more new things, but it doesn't. So that. This is important to me because I need novelty, and I need new and interesting information, because it sort of keeps things from getting stale. I think that's part of why I end up getting stuck in this sort of feeling lonely, bad state, because I don't have a chance to, like, progress and stuff. And I think that novelty will help with that. And last but not least, go for more bike rides. I used to ride my bike like all the time, because that was how I got around, but then I got a car. So I switched over to driving everywhere. The problem with that is that now my car is kaput, and I've lost some of my biking mojo. So I need to get back into biking, because that was another time where I had that quiet and that focus and that mental clarity that helped me have some of my really good thoughts. So that is definitely on my roster of things to start doing more. So that's my update. I don't know if this is really going to help, but I feel like my first steps, the sleep, the exercise, the eating better, all those things, were a start. And I think that if I keep pushing and keep refining my methodology, I might just be able to get okay. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight or soon or ever, but I think mental health, like saving the world, is one of those things where sometimes what matters most isn't that you succeed, it's that you keep trying and you don't stop trying until the thing you're fighting ceases to exist or kills you. What other choice do you really have?